We back with DC strats for Regenerated Bishop. This season, all units have minus 90% evasion, and past and future units have plus 100% attack, plus 50% skill haste and HP. With the addition of Super Fusion Cores, my recommendation is to 120 Ecclesia, and then Eve or Surya for this season. If you happen to need to farm a little more for this season, here's a code to help you out. I will be going over the mechanics of the fight, some stats for nerds, and I have a few example teams for you to use this season. All of this will be timestamped, which you can find in the video description, so let me show you what I got. The special conditions, I'm not even sure if this is working correctly. It's supposed to remove the normal special skill usage, and then every 7th or maybe 8th basic attack the boss is supposed to special. But as we can see, even with it turned on, the boss still uses a special, and it doesn't use a special every 7th or 8th attack. For the pattern enhance, basically the boss gains a phase change at 50% HP, which is actually HP gate, and then it will ultimate immediately. This boss is a striker who starts on the other side of the map and will run straight for your ship. As for mechanics, this boss has no mechanics if you have Jinbora. She does have her basic attacks, but that's all she'll be allowed to do. And as you can see, it does have some splash damage, so be careful about putting units close to her. But yeah, no, she just becomes a punching bag for you. Now, if you don't have Jinbora, you'll actually have to deal with her mechanics. She does have a special, which she launches an attack at your backline. In order to fully mitigate it, you will need a shield, and either 2 shields or a counter and a shield to deal with it. Boss's ulti indicated by the purple bar underneath her portrait. She will sit there and jump back to summon a clone, jump back to the start of the map, and then launch an attack that will probably wipe your team. It's suggested to deal with the boss's clone and the stealth the boss can give herself. You bring somebody like Casey or Alex who can strip both of those, and then that makes the clone just die out. Time for some stats for nerds. This boss has 5.8 million HP, 5k defense, 3.9k hit, 6.9k evasion. It also has 100% crit damage res, 1% damage tolerance, and all this means is that your tanks will need at least 2084 or more evasion in order to dodge, and your DPS, if you can reach these numbers, will need 12,993 or more hit to surefire, and if you shred the evasion by 50%, you'll need 6,497 or more hit. First things first, we're going to go ahead and deploy our Chinatsu here at our ship, and then for deploy Ecclesia in that order. We do not want to proc our operator. After that, we wait a few moments and then we get Sigma out so that we can start generating some DP. And then this is where it gets cool and interesting. We are not deploying Jinbora right away, because as long as you do not deploy Jinbora, this ultimate does not kill anybody. So after the boss whiffs its ultimate, that's when you deploy Jinbora. Now they're going to be distracted by this clone for a little bit of time, and that's fine. We're not really doing too much damage to this boss anyways, but we want to get an ulti off on Ecclesia so we can start walking the boss to the right. Ulti on Sigma as soon as possible, and I use that as my timer to sit there and deploy Swan, because this will actually line up her special and her ultimate at a really good time for burst. After that, we want to sit here and deploy Surya, but the reason why we wanted to deploy our ultimate on Sigma is because we need that daddy to die before Surya actually starts walking up. If not, there's a chance that Bishop will actually aggro onto Surya and then just start murdering all your backline. After that, we get Mordred out as soon as possible here. And now we're getting pretty close to our burst time. We're going to deploy Nilia back here, so she has to walk up. And this will give her time so that she can strip the clone when it spawns. But we want to sit here and S1 on our ship. Ultimate special, do not cancel your special, and then get your ultimate on Swan, and then spam the S2 to lower the attack on the boss. Hopefully, with everything done right, Surya lives, and then you can miss every ultimate tick, just like I did. Isn't that beautiful? And then kill the boss. Mordred taking the top damage here, even though she was only out for like, oh look, 26 seconds. For the Asha team, well, we're running Asha, and we're running quad. For the gear, we are running full CDR tank on Shinatsu, full tank CDR on Ecclesia, though we can actually go with some more ground damage. I just don't have the subs for that. We are running full CDR on Sigma. Jinbor, we're running on attack speed anti-striker. Swan, we're running on CDR tank. Surya, I actually have on ult amp damage with a little anti-counter. I do still think that A speed anti-striker is probably better for her, but I'm running that on Jinbora. So for Mordred, I just have on double anti-striker with as much anti-striker, anti-ground, and crit damage as I can fit. And the Nilia, I just have on some random A speed set. Swift would probably be a little bit better, but I just want to get her out as soon as possible. So we're going to start off by deploying Ecclesia with this comp and get Sigma out as soon as possible. This comp uses more DP, so we need Sigma in order to generate that TP out as soon as possible. And then we're going to do the same trick as we did in the last run. We're going to deploy Chinatsu and then hold off on deploying Jinbora until after the ultimate, after the boss's ultimate. Once it's whiffed again, then we can deploy everybody safely here. We're a little distracted, but it's okay. And again, we're gonna walk our boss to the right here. Ult on Sigma as soon as possible, and make sure not to cancel your Chinatsu special when you go to ult on her. Now I delay Swan pretty late here and do the same thing where I put her back at this ship. And again, this is so that we can line up her special with her ultimate during burst. And now I'm deploying Eve here, and Eve's fun. The boss likes to kill Eve. Only way I can find to not do that is to not click that ulti. You see that ultimate on Ecclesia? That's bait. Don't click it. But because we can't click it, I do have to actually use Chinatsu's ulti here in order to keep Ecclesia alive long enough. Does mean we do lose out on some attack during burst, which kinda sad. Ultimate on Sigma for the last time, and then as soon as the special and ultimate go off from Swan, that's when we want to sit here and deploy our Mordred, and then go ahead and ulti on Jinbora. You can't ulti anytime before this, if not, the boss will ultimate your team. And if done right, you'll actually get a nice little burst off from Jinbora. And seeing this honestly makes me want to 120 my Jinbora, but that's not happening. With the Vivian team, we switch it up with the ships. We're using Kamizumi. Obviously, we're using Vivian here. And I'm just going to go over the gear that I've changed. Everybody else is the same as previous. Jinbora, as you notice, is on anti-striker, but I gave her a single swift A speed piece just to give her a little bit more A speed. Agnes, I actually have on Blaze anti-striker. And then Eve, I'm running Volcano full anti-counter with anti-ground, and unfortunately she doesn't amp or anything. Death Pen probably would have been better, but didn't really want to tune it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you improve your scores this season. I don't know about you, but might as well have gave this boss perfect evasion. It has 90% evasion. So may RNG be in your favor this season. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link is in the description. And if you want to help support this channel, there's a link in the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.